Welcome back, RnR Talk, episode 14, 1-4. We got the man Chad Rhoades here, still in Schaumburg in the hotel room. He's rocking one of these dark chocolate protein muffins.
Yeah, they have those, what's the brand at the grocery store you get them, like the Kodiak ones?
Kodiak cakes?
That's kind of what they are.
Yeah, kind
Same
of.
thing.
You're right. That is kind
Trader
of
Joe's.
Yeah.
They usually cost like $1. I don't have a spoon, so I don't know how I'm going to get it out of there. I'm going to wait for it to cool down. I'm going to eat it and use this as a spoon, but that ain't going to work. Yeah, last game here today. It was a beautiful night last night.
really
It
nice.
was great baseball weather. Felt like baseball. You're out there on the field, watching them prep, spray it down, and they do a really nice job with that field. It looks very presentable. It's nice. Nice grass, nice surface. But it's cool sitting there in the dugout before the game. It's like, man, I was telling some of the guys, it brings me back to my minor league days.
Yeah.
Like, just sitting out there, it's all grass, and they play on turf. It's like, this is just like, that palpable tension kind of building up before the opening pitch. Like, I felt that last night.
It was a beautiful day.
It felt good, but yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah. And it was a good game. Back and forth. We've had two good games here. To start off, unfortunately, they just have not fallen in the Y'all's favor. Losing another one, 8-6. That was the same score back on Tuesday. So 8-6 again, and it's the story again. We weren't able to hold the lead. But like you mentioned the last time around, we've had the leads against these two good teams, the Wild Things and the Boomers now. So, it's got to be confident knowing that you can do this, but what's it going to take to finish out these games?
Yeah, take care of the baseball, baby. The same thing we've been talking about. The last 5 games we've had the lead, and we let the lead slip in 4 of those. It's frustrating to watch. It is, that's one of those I'm trying to stay even keel. We've talked about that before because I'm going to be different when we're winning. I'm going to be different when we're losing. You have a job to do. You're a professional. Let's go out and play the game. Let's not get emotional. Let's keep working on our bats. But play the game. Take care of the baseball. Play catch. Just throw the ball. Let's do those little things. And I'm not even talking about just eliminating the extra base and hitting the cutoff man and a little bit more details that you should focus on as a professional. I'm just talking about the general basics of staying with an approach and just playing catch.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's first start talking about the pitching. I guess we could break down, kind of what we saw there. Joe Kemlage started the game, 4 innings pitched, 10 hits, 5 runs all earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts. What shocks you the most in that line? I mean, for me, it's no strikeouts because Kemlage, he's got stuff to put people away. But it's like another pitcher for us that's not really dialed up in strikeouts. Edgar and Kemlage now back-to-back nights, they haven't been rocking there. What about that line to you stands out?
No, I'm right there with you on the strikeouts. I looked at that too after I saw it going on. He's using his wipeout slider to get ahead of these guys, and then I thought he too much effort on his fastball, living up in the zone a little bit. But he's showing the wipeout. He's showing the one that he's going to try and put him away with late. His best pitch to put him away with late, and so it's dull. It's dull by then. Like a high effort fastball in the first inning. It's at first at bat you face a guy is not. That same high-effort fastball that you're using is not the same high-effort fastball the second time through. So stuff degrades a little bit over time, especially if you're pitching that way. Something that not necessarily, dominate one side of the plate command-wise. Just kind of trying to outstuff rather than pitch. And so that's what a good team's going to do to you. They're going to recognize that, and, you got to show all your weapons to be able to have those at-bats go deep. You don't have anything to put them away with now because you've shown what you're going to put them away with. You're not dominating one side of the plate with your fastball, so you can't get them looking where you want them looking to get them off the slider. All that stuff you saw happen. They did exactly what we want to do to Cook yesterday. And was if he's going to throw that breaking ball early, that's what he's going to put you away with, and he's not going to put you away with it now.
Yeah. Now
sitting on his heaters, you're getting your heater. You're going to get your heaters. You're going to get your ego heaters, especially at the round the belt. And hey, don't miss it. And they did.
Yeah, no, the offense looked very good yesterday. I mean, even though only 7 hits, we got a lot of free bases, including 9 walks, 5 of them in 1 inning. That was an inning where we were able to knock out Jackson Hickert. So another start where we've seen these two guys in the past 2 series, and we've knocked them out early. Cole Cook yesterday, or Cole Cook 2 days ago, Jackson Hickert yesterday. So the offense is doing the job, and you made some more lineup changes as well. And I think they're working pretty good. I think 1 through 6 right now. I mean, Zeisler, Massey, Fuentes, Reeves, Richardson, Johnson. You can go up there with those 6 in any inning and feel like, wow, we have a really good chance to score runs. Rest of the lineup there, Chavez, Lee, and Creel struggling a little bit more, especially Chavez at the plate right now. What have you thought about those lineup changes that you made?
I don't necessarily make it for, I don't look at the batting averages. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'll see the stat packs and all that. I know them. But that doesn't affect the way my decisions work. I'm going off of, like I said, eye test. I'm going off of who I feel, who I know is having good approach, who's having a good at bat. And I want that to kind of carry over into everybody else. And I want to be able to stack the guys on base that need to stack on base for the guys to drive them in. And like I said, people are in the lineup for a specific reason. It's not trying to stack my best 1, 2, 3. I'm not trying to do a traditional, clean up in the 4-hole, best hitters in the 3. Like, that's not necessarily doing it that way. I do want consistency in that lineup. I think we've seen some. There's some pieces I'm trying to keep consistent, especially at the top, middle, production at bats. But yeah, there's been a little bit of flopping around. I liked Reeves in the 4 because pretty good chance that Hank, Craig, or Fuentes is going to get on base. One of those 3 is going to get on base. So TJ's coming up in the first inning with somebody on. That's really what I wanted more opportunities of, scoring early, and then when it rolls over, kind of the same thing. It's a hard gauntlet to get through without facing Reeves and Richardson back-to-back. And then you add Ed Johnson, the way he's swinging and the way he's moving some guys over, the way he's doing things, he sparks it all over again. Yeah. And then at the bottom, it's the guys put those guys there, take a little bit of pressure off to get pitched a little bit differently. And so hopefully to kind of keep getting on base. More guys get on base because once that lineup rolls over, they're going to score. So it's kind of built in a way that it's supposed to roll over and supposed to be clean if everybody sticks to their approach, if everybody sticks to knowing who they are and doing their job. Then it'd work a whole lot better than it has worked efficiently.
Yeah. What about Brian Fuentes? Right now you're seeing his eye is just really good. 5 walks throughout these first 2 games. He leads the team in walks. That's something he wasn't doing a lot last year. Obviously, he led the team in hits last year with 93. Yeah. Well, not 93. 93 games played yet. 98. And this is something that, you haven't seen from Fuentes. What's been the difference for him this season?
Craig.
Mr. Massey.
I mean, it's, the way the mindset works and the way he's able to talk to him. They room together back in Florence, too. So we had a lot of conversations, but just understanding who he is, knowing how to work the count, like understand what types of pitches you're going to get, knowing what type of pitcher to read, like just a little of the baseball things that you learn through experience when you stop worrying about your swing and you stop worrying about, I got to do this, and you actually get into the game and you understand what's going on. Those little things like that, like he's got a good baseball IQ. To me, it's those things, self-assurance in himself, to know who he is, know what he's good at. Then he can eliminate everything else, and he can start hunting his pitches off certain guys and certain counts and certain situations. And he's been able to do that. I think he's put a lot of damage on, but he's also, like I said, he's drew his walks.
Yeah. And so from all this, you can hear that obviously the offense, pretty well. It's working against a good, solid team with a good bullpen in Schaumburg. Going back to the pitching, I'll stay on the positive side. Logan Campbell has been excellent pickup so far. He now leads the team in ERA with a 1.18. 3 shutout innings yesterday of that good offense. What have you seen from Logan so far?
He's a competitor. It's kind of what we're looking for. Brought some experience in. Wasn't necessarily stuff. He's got a good, crisp fastball, which I like. I think it's only going to get better the more innings he gets. He's coming off TJ, so he hasn't had a lot of those fine-tuned innings to get back in midseason form, to be able to feel the zone, to know where he's exactly going. He is going to outstuff some bad hitters in this league, but he has the ability to pitch. He wants to kind of stretch out a little bit, so he kind of likes that 2 to 3. I like that 2 to 3 bridge. It was a good one to hand it off to because I thought he's the one who sparked. I thought he sparked a little bit of offense and a team in that mid innings right there, and he kept everybody going because he was fired up. And I wasn't. I told Carl I went out for that mound visit. It wasn't a mound visit I was taking. It wasn't a mound visit. It was to make a change. Mm-hmm. Me and Carl we talked about that. I'm never going to step on his toes and go take a mound visit in front of him without telling him I'm going to take one. If I ever take one, it's because I want to talk to the defense, not the pitcher anyway. But that was the moment where I was like, it wasn't that I wasn't feeling the matchup with DePretta and Kent.
Yeah.
Because split-wise, no, it made sense. Split-wise, it made sense. Stuff-wise, I didn't necessarily think it did. And that, especially there was a couple of bats coming up that I was a little bit more tentative about bringing Kent in because there's two righties coming up. That's what it was. And then there was lefties right at the bottom. And it was going to roll over, so I was kind of holding Kent. I was like, look, you got that bullet in the chamber. So I went out to the mound, and I was like, I got to feel this out. Because to me, it's better to bring Kent into that clean one right there rather than to bring him in a dirty one when I feel like Campbell's still got a little bit of juice left.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go give him a breather, and I wanted to see what he was like before I made the move.
Yeah.
So I got up to the mound, and I was like, what's up? Just kind of feeling it out and seeing where he was at. And he was in it. Like, he was right there in it. It's like, I just left go put yourself. I got this guy. Like, okay, here's your plan. Working down. Like, let him be in the ground. Be aggressive. Stick with your sinkers right here. And he went right after Johnson and punched him out. And then I was like, okay, last guy. So I told Carl, I was like, Kent's got Prater on deck. What you got next to him? That's the way it's going to roll. And he had Averett, and he dominated him.
Yeah.
And he finished that out. I thought he fired up everybody else again. And I thought we were going to scratch something right there in that bottom. But I think that was the quick 7-pitch inning. And then kind of wheels fell off. But, no, I thought he was a big-time boost.
I really did as well. After you talked to him, he threw 5 straight strikes. You mentioned punching out Prater Johnson, then just a little bit later punching out Averett as well, showing that energy. I agree. Definitely was very good to see on the pitching side of things. Let's go to that 8th inning there. Ken Kleiman on the mound. Not entirely his fault there. Obviously, there was the error from Alberti Chavez on a would have probably been double play. Obviously, Craig's got some wheels running down first base out of the lefty batter's box. But what's the message to Chavez there? Obviously, I don't think it was a bad throw from Craig. I think it just lack of focus. What was it?
I want to find out.
He wants to find out, yeah.
No, I don't have. I don't know.
I don't think it was Craig. Was that a bad throw? No. He says no. I agree.
It wasn't a bad throw. No, I mean, it wasn't a bad throw.
Yeah.
I need to know.
I think it was right there. And obviously that's just deflating. So, that kind of, I thought, set the, bad mood for the inning. Kleiman's trying to come back in. The bases get loaded. I really agree with your decision there to intentionally walk Fitzgerald. Ends up just biting you in the butt once the next pitch goes for a hit by pitch. Game's tied. And then, the wheels fall off again. So Kleiman, 3 runs, 1 earned. Do you have any doubts or I guess any, hindsight's 20/20. Do you regret putting Fitzgerald on or?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, I was debating about, any decision I'm going to make, I'm going to live with.
Yeah.
But no, that one really wasn't the hard one. That was the easy one. Mm-hmm. The hard one was deciding whether or not I wanted to put Dawson on at that moment. But knowing how hot Fitzgerald's been, I thought the game was on the line right there with second and third with a base open for Dawson. Dawson's one of their guys. He's consistently one of their guys. And he's killing lefties right now. But I thought that was the moment. Like, the game is on the line right here. If we get Dawson, that's it. So that turned out the way it turned out.
Yeah.
And then it was an easy one to put Fitzgerald on, and then go after Milazzo because Fitzgerald just can't miss a throw right now.
Yeah.
And he's hot, and he can get a double play because he's not running right now. He can't run. But put it on first and roll those dice, and then just try to ram him inside. And got a little too much.
You're right. That was Dawson was to tie the game, and then the hit by pitch was to take a lead. I remember being super deflated when that happened, but I agree. I was mentioning it a few guys before. If Fitzgerald gets up with a run, the first base open, throw him out there. He's automatically on first. Glad you did that. Just ended up biting you in the butt. And, Kleiman, I think, will be better than that. And the hit by pitch, there's something that didn't work for us. But it's another tough one. What's the message to the team? It's been 2 deflating losses here. You can even go back to Washington. A few tough losses here. How do you bounce back from something like that?
I'm excited to see how the team does bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say almost the observation and the evaluation period's over. This week, this road trip is going to tell me a lot about what I want to roll with. I can spend my whole summer and say this is the team we're working to build around, and some of the things that I've seen, it's not necessarily a team that I feel comfortable rolling with for the next 75.
Yeah.
So let's see how it plays out, man. There's a lot of games left, but I want to see what the team's all about. And it's like it's not you yell at guys for physical mistakes, and I'm not a big yeller, and it's not how I motivate guys anyway. I expect guys to be grown men, and so I'm excited to see the reaction from those guys and see how they do treat it, because how they treat it and how they react is going to be, that's what I'm evaluating. I think that's get lost a lot. They think it's production on the field. It's like, I don't know what your batting average is. I couldn't care. I could tell you a relative area where it is and what I think your OBP and what it should be compared to who you think you are. I could tell all that. So numbers and statistics wise, as far as what players look at sometimes, I don't care. I mean, I know that ERA is a guy, but it's not going to stop me from putting a guy in a leverage spot if I feel like he has earned that spot to be able to go out there and continue to do it. It's kind of the same on the hitting side. But no, I'm interested to see how everybody reacts and how we fight back, because we got 4 left on this road trip. And Schaumburg's taking 4 from us, and if we want to win, we're going to have to come back in here in the playoffs and to get to the championship anyway.
Yeah.
So
it really is. The team is a lot better than what the record's saying right now. 7-14. That's 7 games below 500. But if you look around, they're a lot better than some of these teams out here. We've been neck and neck with Washington, neck and neck with Schaumburg. I at least want to take one from Schaumburg there, and then you can go say however it is with Evansville. They're a team that might be behind you. I didn't check the standings this morning, but go at them as well. So I'm excited to see. Hopefully this lights some fire in the lineup and the pitching staff really. So I really want to see how they adjust. Kobayashi on the mound today against a guy that we have not seen coming up for the Schaumburg Boomers. His name slips me right now. Knoll, yes. So have not seen him yet this season. Let's see how the Y'alls will do against them, but I'm excited for it. I definitely am. Game 3 coming up again. Sorry about Flow Sports. I use the line from Dodgeball, the movie Dodgeball. They're about as useful as a poopy flavored lollipop. So
to both strategies.
Let's see if it plays out for them. So catch us on Meredix always. That link is in our tweets before the game. You can try Flow Sports. Hopefully it does work out, but Schaumburg's had some trouble with it. So either way, that game coming up 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. Game 3, Schaumburg taking on the Y'alls. We're excited for it. Let's go. Have a good one.